Hey there. Have you ever felt like English verb tenses are just this huge, complicated mountain of rules? Well, get ready to see them in a whole new light. Today, we're not climbing a mountain. We're going to unlock a simple, almost elegant system.
Does this sound familiar? You're in the middle of a sentence and you just freeze. You're thinking, wait, should I say I have done, I had done, or was it just I did? It can feel like you're lost in time, but I promise there's a really clear path forward and we're going to walk it together.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll get the basics down. What are time and tense? Then, I'm going to show you the secret blueprint for all 12 tenses. After that, we'll dive into the present, conquer the past, and look ahead to the future. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with your own complete grammar toolkit.
Okay, let's get into it. Before we can build the whole house, we have to understand our two most basic building blocks: time and tense. Now, they sound super similar, I know, but trust me, they are not the same thing at all.
First up is time. And honestly, this is the easy one. It's just a concept, not a grammar rule. It simply tells us when something happens. Is it happening now in the present? Did it already happen in the past? Or is it going to happen later in the future? That's it. Super simple.
Okay, so if time is the idea, then tense is the actual tool we use in our grammar. It's all about changing the form of the verb itself to show not just when something happens, but also its state, like is it finished, is it ongoing, or is it just a general habit?
So here's the crucial difference boiled down. Time is the concept, like the word yesterday. Tense is the actual grammar we use, the verb form, like played. See? One's the idea, and the other is how we put that idea into a sentence.
All right, now this is where it gets really, really cool. I want you to forget about memorizing 12 separate random rules. What if I told you there's a simple, logical blueprint that perfectly creates all 12 tenses every single time?
That number, 12, it isn't just pulled out of thin air. It actually comes from some super simple math. We take our three main times, present, past, and future, and we combine each of them with 4 different aspects or states of an action. 3 times 4 gives us, you guessed it, 12.
And this is it. This is the blueprint. Think of it like your personal grammar GPS. Every single tense has a perfect little spot right here in this grid. You've got your 3 times running down the side and the 4 aspects across the top. Now let's use this thing to start building.
We're going to start with the first floor of our building, the present. We'll look at the 4 present tenses, and you're about to see exactly how neatly they slot right into our blueprint.
First on our list is the present simple. This is your go-to tense for things that are just true. It covers the big stuff, the universal facts, like the sun rises in the east. And it also covers the personal facts, like your habits and routines. I drink coffee every morning. That's a routine, so it's present simple.
Next up, present continuous. This one is all about what's happening right now. It zooms in on an action that's in progress this very second. If someone called you, you might say, I can't talk, I'm studying. The action is happening as you speak.
Now, this is a fun one. The present perfect is like a bridge connecting the past to right now. The action itself is finished, but its result, or the memory of it, is important in the present. If you say, I have finished my work, you're really saying, so now I am free.
And our last one on this floor, present perfect continuous, is all about duration. The action started sometime in the past, it's been going on for a while, and this is key, it's still happening. I have been studying for 2 hours, means you started 2 hours ago and you're not done yet. All right, the first floor is complete. Let's move down and lay the groundwork with the past tense. And you're going to see the exact same 4 aspects we just used, but this time they're describing actions that are completely finished.
So let's run through these. Simple past is easy. It's for any action that's done. She visited Delhi. Over. Past continuous describes what was happening when something else interrupted. It sets the scene. They were playing. Now, the 2 perfect tenses are for telling stories with layers. Past perfect is for an action that finished before another past action, and past perfect continuous describes an action that was going on for a while before something else happened. It's all about putting past events in the right order. So we've built the present, and we've explored the past. Now, it's time to look ahead. We're going to forecast the future. And guess what? We're using the same 4 aspects to talk about things that just haven't happened yet. See, the pattern just keeps going. Future simple is just a basic prediction. I will study tomorrow. Done. Future continuous drops us right into the middle of a future action. At 8 p.m., I will be studying. Then the perfect tenses let us look back from a point in the future. Future perfect says an action will be completed by a deadline. And future perfect continuous tells us how long an action will have been going on by a certain future time. It's the same logic, just pointed forward. See how it all connects?
Okay, we've walked through the entire blueprint. The building is finished. Now let's get your personal toolkit ready so you can actually go out and use all of this with confidence. This right here, this is your essential cheat sheet. To build all those tense structures we just talked about, you really just need to know these main parts of a verb. V1 is the base, V2 is for the simple past, and V3, the past participle, is the one you need for all those perfect tenses. And here it is, the whole system, all in one place. Using a simple verb like study, you can see the clean, logical pattern through all 12 tenses. It's not 12 random things to memorize, it's one beautiful system with 12 predictable results. And that brings us right back to where we started, to that core definition. Just remember, every single time you pick a tense, you're telling your listener two things at once. Not just when it happened, but also the state of that action, whether it was ongoing, complete, or just a habit. So the blueprint is yours now. And this was never just about passing a grammar test, right? This is about giving you the power and the precision to tell your story exactly the way you want to. So my question to you is, what story are you going to tell? And which tool from your new kit will you use to tell it?